into a business.
Talent is preeminent.
Get first-hand success stories from seasoned entrepreneurs only on Build Your Own Business.
This is Build Your Own Business. Powered
by Oze. Make money with Oze.
Hello, welcome to Build Your Own Business, brought to you by Oze. I am Wale Fameruwa, and welcome to the show. Now, we focus on emerging entrepreneurs in Nigeria, and as we speak to those who have made a mark, you are going to learn a thing or two about how you can succeed yourself. So today we are focusing on the creative industry, and many people have the talent to make people laugh, to make music, etc. But what's the business side that helps you make all of this a success commercially? We're going to be talking to someone who has certainly distinguished himself in this way. So right after this short bio, we'll come back to our conversation with our guest today.
Ayodeji Richard Makun, also known as AY Makun or Ayo Makun, is an accomplished Nigerian comedian, TV personality, OAP, host, actor, producer, and brand influencer. He is also the Chief Executive Officer of Corporate World Entertainment and the host of a popular comedy show, AY Live. In 2008, Ayo AY Makun bagged 6 awards for his outstanding performance in the comedy industry. Recently, it was revealed he is the most followed comedian in West Africa on social media. With a huge fan base of over 20 million followers, his level of influence in the entertainment industry covers a huge list of shows such as AY Live, AY's Crib, his Open Mic Challenge, and also high-class movies. His show AY Live is one of Africa's biggest comedy shows and is usually held annually, with popular comedians like Helen Paul, Hush Baby, Sheyi Law, Elenu, and many others featuring regularly. Also, a host of music artists perform during the live occasion. The industrious Nigerian comedian has also served as an avenue for major breakthroughs in the comedy industry, with Open Mic Challenge producing promising talents over time. Ayo AY Makun is also the Chief Executive Officer of Corporate World Entertainment Nigeria and owns an expensive clubhouse in Lagos State. Ladies and gentlemen, we present Ayodeji Richard Makun, also known as AY.
All right, let's get started with our conversation with Ayo Makun, otherwise known as AY. AY, it's great to have you on the program today. So you're going to be taking us through your journey as an entrepreneur in the creative space. Clearly, I think a good place to start for me will be if you can summarize your journey as an entrepreneur, starting as a stand-up comedian, and then, of course, we know now you're an actor and whatever else is up with you.
It's so good to be here. My name is Richard Ayodeji Makun, popularly known as AY. I make people laugh for a living, and of course, I double as an actor and a showbiz personality, so to speak. Well, it all started from way back, Delta State University as a student. And the way I found myself in the business is something I think of now, and I find it even more interesting to know that it started in a very funny way. I had a girlfriend who took part in the campus beauty pageant, and the organizers, so to speak, did not give her a prize money, which was just one small money then, and a brand new 14-inch color TV as a prize money, which she won as Miss Delsu. So I had to report them to the school authority. So the student affairs, we sat on one round table having this meeting, and this was me then doubling as a boyfriend and a manager, so to speak. So I was venting and saying that it is wrong for an organization to put such a competition together, and at the end of the day, people don't get rewarded. So there and then I challenged the organizers. I said to them, if I decide to take up the same project that you guys are doing and give it a different name, I'm very sure nobody will ever come to patronize your campus pageant again. And funny enough, it was just something that was said on the table. But I had to go to work immediately. So then it was Miss Delso. So I came up with Delso, Most Beautiful Girl on Campus Beauty Pageant. And from the day it kicked off, it became the biggest pageant show on campus. And from there, I progressed into organizing the campus awards, which was also known as Delso Achievers Merit Award. And that gave me the inroad into knowing a lot of entertainers in the entertainment space, inviting them to the campus community, getting them involved in all the shows, broadened my horizon, opened me into bigger opportunities where I had to meet Alibaba, one of the very big talents that I invited to the campus community. So when he came, we have this very, very wonderful show. He was so impressed. To start with, he said every time that he's been to a show, when it's morning, the organizers, you tend to start looking for them. They'll switch off their phones and everything. So I was very impressed that there's this guy who just came, brought his balanced money and everything. And then he said to me, like, your sense of packaging is tight. Your sense of packaging is intact. What are you doing after school? Why don't you take this outside campus and find yourself in Lagos, in a bigger environment where you can really, really explore and people will get to know you. So I took his word for it, and he was there practically to support the movement. So when I came to Lagos, I started living with him in his boys' quarter and became his personal assistant. And that gave me, a bigger opening into seeing how it works in Lagos in the entertainment space. So from being his personal assistant, it was time for me to build my own brand. I used to go to shows with him, and I had the opportunity to open shows before he would come on board to do his thing. And that really, really started building the brand. And would I say the rest is history? Yeah, we have today, we have the AY brand.
No, that's an incredible story, and I'm sure many will be inspired by that, starting from the university and, of course, what you are today. But you've clearly carved your niche in comedy. So let's talk a bit about that. What would be your business advice to those who would like to toe the line that you have? What would be your message to those starting out?
Yeah, there are a lot of people who are high in this industry, but some are doing it for the wrong reasons. There are people who are doing it because they see that, okay, Basketball is doing well, AY is doing well, you have the likes of Bobby, they're all doing well today. So the primary motive, the primary reason for wanting to get in the business for some is just for survival. One, just to become famous, just to have a name for themselves and all that. But then I think the major advice would be that you must follow the journey. There must be a learning process. Even if you have the talent, you must follow the process to understand how that talent would work. You need somebody who probably will be there to do all the nudging and prodding. You need that support system. You need to, this is me talking to a new stand-up comedian. And what you need is to have the talent, number one, and find yourself in the right space. Understanding how the business works is also very, very important. We know that Nigeria is blessed with different talented human resources. But one of the major problems is people understanding what step to take first and the step that should follow. And some people want to start, and the next thing you want to find yourself in a hotel.
Okay.
So
if I can interject there, I think this is a very important point. You are making a point that you need to understand the terrain. But if you can very briefly speak to what the industry is like, what are those things that people need to appreciate in terms of how you can get ahead?
What do you need to appreciate in the comedy space? First of all, you need to understand the space. You need to know the people who are there, and you need to study them and understand how they're able to get to where they are today. If you have all of that as a guiding principle and as something that will, help you maintain a proper focus, it will be a plus for you as you come into the industry. For someone like me, okay, look at the way I just said I started. I started by working under Alibaba, someone whom I took as my own mentor, and I started working with him as his personal assistant. So I had the opportunity to follow him around. I had the opportunity to understudy him, to know the kind of material, the kind of jokes, the kind of things to say, where to say them and how to say them. Because professionally, he was already intact. And so understanding his movement and how this whole thing works affected me positively to build my own brand. So I think that's something that a lot of stand-up comedians should learn. Some are very carried away. They believe that they have the talent and not understanding that talent in this business is not enough. You need to understand that talent only maintain a certain level of percentage. There are many other factors that makes you become that brand that is going to be appreciated on the long run.
Well, very well said. Thank you so much for sharing all those tips. Maybe you can update us on what projects you're working on. So obviously the AY show has become a big thing, but what's next?
Oh yeah, AY Live is going on a tour of the US and Canada, which starts in June and July. So we're just trying to quickly round up with AY Live in Abuja, which comes up on June 5th. And thereafter, towards the end of June, we'll find ourselves in America, and then we'll proceed to Canada. And then round up the year with a movie in the mix.
All right, sounds like a busy year ahead. Okay, so let's talk a bit about the entrepreneurial side of what you're doing, because I think what perhaps stands out a lot for me is the entrepreneurial flavor in what you do. So obviously you're doing these shows, you've got to get sponsors, of course you have to deliver excellent quality. I'm sure all of that is a lot of hard work, but speak to the entrepreneurial thinking that is required to succeed at this.
Yeah, for me to deliver at this level, it's me already having that business plan in place. It's very, very important. It's called showbiz. So the concept of showbiz is for you to have something to show for the business to come. So the business side is also very, very important in show business. So number one is to come up with to have a serious business plan. Is one thing, like I said, talent is not enough. You can have the talent and also don't understand how the business works. In other words, you're just there entertaining for fun, and then you don't go back home with something to keep the home front going. So for me, I always want people to know that there's a plan. I just gave a lineup now of activities. All of these is coming from the background of a plan. Okay, if we go to America, it's going to be summer at this other time. It's going to be here, and people are going to come out at so and so time. It will be cold in this city at this time. All this research needs to be in place so that at the end of the day, the business side can reflect. And as a matter of fact, apart from the plan, is also me having the right team, building a team that will make all of this work. Because it's one thing to be here and say you're AY, but you're not going, you need somebody on ground to make sure that most of these things are in place. Is it that you're working with a promoter over there, or you're working with somebody who is reliable enough to understand your plan, and you carry them along in a way that they understand how you function, how you work, and all of these are the things that will bring about the business return that you expect.
All right, very well said. I really appreciate that. So you have to think as a business, and of course, that means you have to develop a business plan and look for the partners that will make it work. Very well said. But let's now talk about the evolution of media and how that is offering new opportunities to creatives. No doubt, quite a few have even used social media to evolve and to get into mainstream media. Can you just speak to that opportunity and where you see all that evolution heading?
Is a big plus now for the industry. Big plus in the sense that long before now, some people had to journey all the way from one step to another to find that breaking point. But the media, what the media, has done for the industry is that somebody can just pick up any of his devices, just the way we are right now, and decide to do something that is creative, something that is worthy of any other person's time. And the minute it goes viral, recognition comes to you. Immediately, people want to see, they want to know, they want to see more, they want to get to know you even better. And all of that is something you just do within a given space, and through the help of the media, taking it to the world. What I'll say is that what the media has done is to add, it's a plus to the industry as we speak. If you look at some of the talent, especially most of the skit makers, all they need to do is to get their gadget, have everything in place, and express themselves, showcase their talent. Before now, somebody will be looking for that opportunity. Where will I meet Alibaba? Like I did meet him in Delta State University. That's if he was going to come to Delta State University in the first place. And then you now take it from that level to when the opportunity will come if you're following him to Lagos. But right now, there are people who will just do something and they give recognition. A musician that is talented, just hearing the voice on Instagram alone would attract it on Jazzy to say, who is this individual? And they'll find a way to promote and support.
Very well said. Obviously, you are unearthing great opportunities and directing our listeners to where to go. So as we round up the show, Ayo, if you can just give us your top business tips for entrepreneurs who are looking to make an impact in your space.
One, you need to come into the space with a business plan. The talent is number one, but like I said, talent is not enough. So when you come into the space, you must have a business plan. You must have a mentor. You must have somebody that you're looking up to and to help navigate you, through. You must have that faith. You must have somebody that you trust. And then you must also have your marketing in place. How do you market yourself? Where do you need to find yourself? And you must be prepared for the financial challenges as well. So what that means is that as you're coming in, don't give up because you're not making it, because it's not going to be automatic. So you need to understand that the sacrificial part must come to play before you start, picking the bread. So if you have all of this together, build a team too. It's very, very important to build a team that you can share your vision with. If you have that good team that you can share your vision with, trust me, you will just find yourself in the right direction, and so be it, the brand you become.
Very well said. Thank you so much for sharing this time with us. No doubt many who are aspiring to do what you're doing have learned quite a bit. And that ends our show for this week. Many thanks for joining us on Build Your Own Business. Until the next program.
This is Build Your Own Business. Powered
by Oze. Make money with Oze.